Speaking of, we're 2 for 2. Speaking of beefs, with Christian hip hop and the mainstream hip hop, see, that's why there's about to be a resurgence, bro. There's about to be this great transplosion of what's actually about to happen. That's the reason why these things are happening, bro. Did you see Datin is into it with Talib Kweli?
No, I didn't see that. Please tell me the details.
Come on, bro. I'm about to turn it on right now, bro. I don't know the details, but Datin had some things to get off his chest, bro. He had some things to get off his chest. So hold on, I got you. I'm about to put it up right now, bro.
2 crazy poets,
bro. Come on. Do you think there should be a diss? You know, Datin probably went and recorded that verse. It was like, all right, I got that out of my system, and then deleted it, bro.
Ooh, he said it then deleted it.
You know, bro, for real. Like, come on, because you know they always talk about like, man, you know, if I could do this, you know, if I really wanted to, it wouldn't be nobody out there to be able to stand in my way. Like I could, bro. You know that's how they
That's crazy.
You know, battle rapper anyway.
But to go record something on wax and then delete it is crazy. At least like put the lyrics in notes or something.
No,
yeah, just like put it on notes. Put it on a notepad or something.
It's not for y'all. It's not.
But to record it is crazy.
It's not for y'all.
I remember when I used to look up to you.
Bro, here we go.
I'm going to address some of these things you said in your post. But first, let me give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm a man. I could admit when I'm wrong, right? Okay. I got asked about a back and forth I had with you 10 years ago with the homie Panda Chop. He asked me, right? I answered honestly, but I didn't consider your feelings. I should have used better words. Of course, you're offended. I would be offended too. So I'm going to give you that. I could admit I should have used better words and I shouldn't have called you a douchebag. My bad. I also believe you when you said you don't remember this back and forth you had with me. So, of course, you're assuming I'm lying or like I'm obsessed with you. But I know why you don't remember. But the fact that you don't remember a back and forth with me highlights another issue. And that issue is this. You go back and forth with thousands of people online, and I'm just one face out of thousands. Of course, you don't freaking remember. But if you stop going back and forth with so many people, then, maybe you'll remember when you were offensive. You don't take accountability. Now, let's talk about that before we get into your goofy accusations. If you want to know what the back and forth was about, watch Panda Chop's interview. You were disrespectful to me. It had nothing to do with race or politics. You spoke about an aspect of Christianity and certain beliefs and criticized someone for standing on those beliefs. And I said, that's not fair. They just standing on their beliefs the same way you do. That's all I said. My tone was calm. I wasn't disrespectful. You turned the attention towards me and you started name calling and talking extra crazy to me, bro. What I did was I found out that the tour you was on with my bros was coming to Orlando. I pulled up by myself, not on some rah-rah, because I would never disrespect Penn and Tech and CF and my bros like that. Would never do that, bro. I pulled up with the intent to ask them, yo, Kweli's here. Can I have a discussion? Can I talk to him? Because I have a couple issues, with the hopes of being able to maybe settle things so you can see the type of person I am. But unfortunately, you weren't there. That's all I'm saying. I never made some threats, right? 2, I also never said that you had a conversation with Swave about me. Listen again. I said I had a conversation with Swave on Twitter about you, and then I mentioned that you and Swave would go on to settle your differences and have a conversation. So that's what I said. Now, let's talk about the lunacy real quick. You make an assumption in your post. You said, bro, this is crazy. You like, it's probably because I was speaking out against racism and he defended it. So therefore, he's a racist MAGA Trump supporter. And then you continued to go with that narrative. My man Monster Tarver replied to you in the comments and you told him like, yo, how could you side with a racist? Yo, bro, you hit a brick wall with me. That's never going to work. That's never going to work. Like I said, I'm too valid out here, bro. That's a crazy accusation to make. It's absolutely insane. You start with an assumption, you land on your assumption, and then you turn it into this definite fact. And then I even seen you reply to somebody else's comment like it, because that's clearly the type of person Datin is. You just said you don't know me. You just said, who's this clown? But all of a sudden, you got me figured out. Bro, you funny. Let me tell you about how you piss me off with some of the things you do, bro. There are people out there that experience racism in a real way, right? And they'll vent about it and talk about it on social media. And then you look in the comments and people will disregard them and be like, man, you just being a victim, you virtual signaling, all of that stuff, and have no empathy and completely disregard them. Why? Right? And I'm not justifying the fact that they disregard them. It's probably because they tired of seeing people like you just flippantly use these words. You devalue these words and water them down, because if anybody disagrees with you, tell me I'm lying. If anybody disagrees with you, you be like, he's a racist, he's a Nazi, he's a Trump supporter. What the heck? Where you get these things from, bro? You water down these words, and you probably the reason why these people just be like, oh, I'm sick of hearing it, bro. Because when you use it, it has no meaning behind it, bro. It's just an insult. It's just you trying to use a buzzword to play off the emotions of people that are already offended and hurt, bro, just to get them to blindly follow you. What a manipulative whack tactic that you use, bro. What you do is project, bro. You project your own prejudice on other people without ever dealing with the racism and prejudice in your own freaking heart, bro. All you do is project. But that ain't gonna work here, bro. This crash out and all this stuff you do is just the result of you being glazed by your fans and enabled to do whatever you want, bro. People, this is what you want to see. What glazing does to your favorite artist, it does this. It puts them in this echo chamber and it causes them to believe that they're always right, even when they're wrong, bro. As far as your MAGA accusations, bro, I've been very public about how I don't rock with Trump, how I don't support Trump. I don't support the left side either. In this political climate, I support none of these politicians. I'm case by case. So I don't rock with none of them. I've been very vocal about that. So that's not going to work either. You hit a brick wall. And you called me a failed rapper. Bro, if being a Christian rapper is a failed rapper, so be it. I'll wear that title with pride, bro. For the past 10 years and some change, I've toured the country, bro, made a living, getting to do what I love to do, more than just making the living, speaking to people's souls, uplifting the people boots to the ground, bro, from Compton all the way to North New Jersey, back and up and forth, bro. I've been to almost every state in the country, been to London, been overseas. Bro, bringing a message of hope and love, bro. Not a slave to none of these labels. I get to create the music I want to make. I got nobody's hand in my pocket, bro. You should respect that. You was once a slave to these labels. You know what that's like. And then you also know what it's like to break free and, yo, do your own thing, right? So you should salute me. If that makes me a failed rapper, so what? People already told you in your comments that I'm nice, bro. You couldn't even front on that. So go ahead with all that, bro. I hate that I'm having this back and forth with you. I also understand why it's happening. I probably shouldn't even spoke about it in the interview, and you offended now. I get it. Okay, cool. This is what I get. You reap what you sow. I hate that I'm having this back and forth with you, bro. I really looked up to you, bro. I really respect your pen. But, man, the way you crash out on social media is mind-boggling, bro. It's heartbreaking. Like, yo, Qua, come on, bro. Do better, bro. Man, I hate that it's here, but it's here, bro. Again, I shouldn't have used those words. But yeah, I definitely had to check you on these crazy, lame accusations you're making. Stop doing that, bro. Stop watering down these words and save them to use them for when it is valid, bro. When it's valid, because they're going to lose power because of dudes like you, bro. Just trying to virtual signal and, hey, use buzzwords so that people can get on your side. That's selfish, bro. Do better, Qua.
Ooh, bro.
Boy, it's like 2014, 2015 CHH again, ain't it?
Man, come on.
It's that God over money energy, ain't it?
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. So that's what I want. So which one of these accusations actually caused him to respond? Was it the racist? Was it the MAGA supporter? Or was it the failed rapper?
It was all of them.
No. There was one. Like, there was a couple he could have sat with, and it was kind of like, yeah, that didn't work. Like, you know, man, it is what it is, bro. Ain't nobody, like, I'm not going to waste my time. But there was a point where you're like, all right, bro, I gotta actually talk about this. Like, let me you see what I'm saying? One of those three statements was the way they got it. I'm putting my money on failed rapper, bro.
Yeah, because the energy did get real high. He said, because I'm a Christian rapper, I'm a failed rapper. Dang. Who said it was about you being Christian? That's crazy. That man said, because I talk about God, I'm a failed rapper.
Hey, bro was about to tell him.
He said, I done been from sea to shining sea with this. What you talking about? Me, by myself, on the block, in the jail cell, one pillow, no pillowcase. I done been from, hey, you been state to state? You ain't been state to state like me. If you ain't never stamped your passport, don't talk to me, son. If you ain't never stamped a passport, if you ain't never took a passport photo, don't talk to me.
Hey, bro, I'm
that
telling
man
you,
energy got real radiant.
It was that one. But you want to know what's crazy, bro? And like, first of all, I love the passion, right?
For sure.
Because that's what we want out of our Christian rappers, bro. Like, we want you to be hard, like on the mic, and we want you to let them know that they not like us for real, and that even if y'all got into a friendly battle, that you would still give it to them, pause, but that you would still let them have, damn, pause again.
Still let them have it. Pause. Woo! Still let them have it.
But no, that you really willing to get in the ring. Like, we always like that out of our Christian rappers. And then for him, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get offended when you really, carry the banner, when you really put that cross on your shoulder, bro. Like,
over a decade it is.
Yeah, bro. You supposed to kind of feel
that's
away.
The type of pain that make you want to shed a tear because you can remember all the moments you didn't put in work for this.
Bro, you think Bizzle went over and was like, I built this shit brick by brick, and I'll be damned for you to bring it down just because you don't like how another nigga talk. Bro, you think that?
Man, he dang near should have been in the video looking like. Hey, we need to bring back them type of beats where everybody get their homies in the room and they just stand in the background. All the homies stand next to you. So everybody stand in the back.
Bro, like, wow. So now I gotta tap that ass.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody just in the back, just fixing their head, just being a presence. Like, yeah, we here with the big homie. This the big homie. Yeah, we the little soldiers in the army standing beside them. Like, bro, we need to bring back that beef, man. If you gonna make a video clip, if you gonna get on live, if you gonna do any of that, get your homies behind you.
Monster should have been there. Hey, but you gotta be there in the Nexus outfit, bro. Monster Tarver gotta be there in the Nexus outfit, bro.
With some buffs on, with some diamonds on them.
Bro, on me.
The Cartier frame.
On me with the mask, bro. You gotta put on the mask, bro.
That's it. All you gotta do is stand there and breathe.
With his chain and his baseball bat, bro.
Yeah. Man. Imagine you one of the homies in the back in a situation like that and your back hurt and you got a cramp. And you can't move, you can't walk off, you can't be like, hey, bro, stop the video.
Bro, seven is in the camera, bro.
See? Exactly. That's how I'm going too far. That's how you know I'm going too far. Somebody that came and flipped my whole joint.
Hey, that's okay. Players FM 2. That's what you guys said. Players FM 2.
Man, you hear me? All raises. Saw Major. Yeah. Shout out Jada Kiss. Shout out to Locks.
Hey.
Dipset.
Oh my God. But no, bro. Like, yeah. 7 in the background, bro. You know, they got on that Grape Street, bro.
And then they do a verse at the end, and then they rapping freestyle. They like check freestyle at the end. That's the preview to the clip. We need to bring back edited videos for beats, man. We need to bring back 2009 YouTube, man.
Nah, I think Datin handled it the way that he wanted to handle it because ultimately this was a human response, right? He was no longer thinking about anything else other than he has to defend who he is because Talib got followers, bro, like really people that are indoctrinated to Talib because of his rapping ability. And so, and what I tell you, you know what I'm saying? Rap. So you mean to tell me Talib and Datin, and what did Datin say? Oh, yeah, I knew who you was, and my mans told me, and then I went up there, you know, whoop, whoop, and they know them, and, you know, I wasn't going to act like that because of who this person was and that person was, and I got a lot of respect for them. And they knew, you know, about each other because the interviewer asked him about him. So you mean to tell me, this all goes back to, you mean to tell me that Jacquees ain't heard nothing? Crazy, bro.
Hey, he know that he's a gospel artist.
Oh.
In his head, he heard gospel award-winning artist Lil Cray.
You don't really really know who this is.
Yeah,
that's enough to tell me that.
But you're supposed to say that in the beef though. You're supposed to be like, who is that?
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was when I was back on Campbellton Road and we was on Bankhead and I ain't know who that was and we ain't know who that was back then. Shouted. That's when folks started switching it all the way up. We back across the track. That's when it turned into a Drewski skit. Like
I do.
When I was back, when I was back, my little homies like, I don't know about none of that. We don't talk about none of that. Like I'm ready for Bankhead, shouted like real deal Campbellton, like real deal Gwinnett, like grown up, like born and raised. So, bro, what are you talking about, bro? What they talking about, bro?
There you go.
That's how I turned into that. That's when you be like, I don't know nobody, bro. Don't ask me no questions, bro.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the interview over, bro.
Yeah.
Interview over. Take this off. Take this mic off me, bro.
Yeah, get this off of me, bro.
Because you sit here, and then that's when the camera kind of fall over, and they still recording. They like, you sit here asking me about this little gospel stuff, bro. I don't be in none of that, bro. I'm a real street nigga, bro.
I'm a real street nigga. Yeah,
I'm from the streets, bro. I'm from the street, bro. I ain't had nothing, bro. I come from nothing, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. I'm tired of y'all playing with me.
Yeah,
come on.
I come in and edit.
And that's when they pick the camera back up, and then you see how short he is next to his security as he walking out. And they.
Bro, you really be seeing this shit, bro.
That's how I go. Funny, so it's just like that's how it's you're supposed to carry yourself as a even as an R&B artist, because we're talking about a whole R&B artists that are next to rappers.
You know Briss Breezy would have been about that action, bro.
Bro,
Briss Breezy would have been about that, bro. You know it.
It would have been a whole different type of energy for real.
Whole different type of energy, bro.
Man, people would have been scared.
Right now. Like, bro, come on, bro. You know
what you want to do? Whatever you want to do. We can dance it out. We can fight it out. We can shoot it out.
I'm valid in any hood.
Any hood. You know on Bompton. I'm really from Bompton, because people think I'm from here, but I'm really from there.
Yeah.
So it really can get to that. And I got a whole bunch of people with me. That's what you got to add that too. I got a whole bunch of people with me.
Wait, they be like, I really could have touched that nigga, man. I really
could have been touched.
My partner was around there and he called me and I was just like, not today, man.
Don't do it. Give him a pass. He don't even know. I already gave him a pass. That's the thing, man. Anybody can get touched, man. Oh man, come on, man.
Yeah, bro.
See, I already got locked up. See, everybody go to Google and look up my mugshot right now. I did 3 months.
Right now.
They're gonna be like, it says here you did a month and a half. Nah, bro, but I really was on ankle monitor, bro.
Because I was really in there before that, but that was some other shit. And then
y'all don't know everything, bro. Everything. You don't know everything. But you've been famous since you've been 12. Y'all still don't know everything, bro. Y'all not with me every day, bro. Yeah, it get crazy. Funny. People get deep into that whole like I'm a gangster and this is rap. This is supposed to. This is how beef goes. You know, in your head.
This is how I'm supposed to talk.
Yeah, it's a script. It's kind of scripted. So,
dang, man.
And that makes me kind of wonder why Datin, in the middle of watching that clip, I kind of was wondering, midway through, like why he didn't just leave a comment on the post and leave it at that.
Well, I think that's what happened, right? He left a comment. They started going back and forth, versus this comment. I want to say the interview was done first. Talib probably saw it, had a comment. Then they went back and forth, and Datin is just like, yo, I ain't got time to write all of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just respond to all of this now, and especially if it's at the point where he's being called a racist and he's being called a MAGA supporter, and you know what I'm saying? Like these are all, like you said, virtual signals. Right. Like this is all, hey, this is the worst of the worst person. Come and jump on this person. But Datin was saying this is what he does all the time. I believe he says he tried to go and talk to him at one of his shows, but he just so happened to not be there. Again, this is how these people, you know what I'm saying, are able to be there.
I got a question with that.
What?
Would you get dressed, go to an event like a concert like that, pay for a ticket to go talk to somebody about something like that? Like pull up, like I'm about to pull up to the show. Like, would you do that to have that conversation with the artist or the person
about something that's bothering me?
Like something as far as that, those topics.
Do I like the artist? Like, do I genuinely like the artist? Like, say this is a Ty Dolla $ign, right?
Right.
But I don't like the way that he does certain things. So
let's get into it. Let's make it the same situation with Ty Dolla $ign. If you got called a MAGA supporter and a racist and a failed rapper, or no, failed YouTuber. Let's say failed podcaster.
Oh, bro, that's crazy.
If he took it that far, if Ty Dolla Sign said that about you and the crew, y'all are failed podcasters, y'all are MAGA supporters, would you pull up? Would you buy a ticket to pull up to say, "Hey, I'm here to holler at Ty about what he said about me"?
Nah, I mean, nah, because at that point, bro, you know, especially if your favorite artist then did you like that, bro, you probably ain't no kind of time like that, bro. You probably feeling bad, like you, like you really like, man. I thought we was cool. I got every album, bro. I used to dress like him, bro.
Man,
you don't know, I used to defend him in school.
I remember your words. I know
bro,
your whole album, top to bottom, son. I know your whole bottom top.
Bro, so you're not no. You're not doing nothing like if a Barb got attacked by Nicki, like, bro, you know that fan is not like just like, well, I can't wait. I'm gonna go to Nicki show unless it's Saucy Santana, but you're gonna be but you gonna think you're not gonna go and be like, you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna really, after I listen to this music and hear all her greatest hits. Bro, no.
Yeah, because in my head, if we talking about the artist, depending on the artist, imagine you're going to their show. In their eyes, they're going to consider it you pressing them. Imagine if you go to their show to press them, it's not going to go over well. It's going to be like a very intense. It's not going to be like oh yeah, let's go over here and talk in the corner by ourselves and squash this.
Datin said that he wasn't going up there, you know, in that tone or in that manner. So I hear what you're saying. You're saying the fact you bought it, if you did buy a ticket, the fact you bought a ticket and you went there, and we know essentially we can assume the type of time that you were on, right?
And I can't take it that way. I can't take it that he came in peace because I mentioned that you went to the show to look for me. If you didn't mean to say, "Oh, I wasn't trying to come press you,"
right.
Why you bringing it up then?
Yeah, you didn't say.
Why you telling the internet you popped up where I was at and I wasn't there? You came where I was supposed to be to press me. But just because I wasn't there, yeah. Why you mentioning that? What you trying to imply? You trying to imply you was about to press me? But it's like, oh, he lucky he wasn't there. Like we said earlier, it's about how you
because of who Datin is, because of the situations that Datin has had, and I haven't heard of anything of him doing that. Like, I believe him if he say he came in peace. But from the artist's standpoint, I'm with you, Dave. Like, especially if I don't know you like that, like. If they would have told me, hey, Datin is, you know, out there, like, you want to talk to you, whoop to whoop, I would be like, let him stay out there.
Yeah, you can't do that and then say, oh, I just came to support.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
What? Because for all intents and purposes, not Jacquees, but for all intents and purposes, Talib don't know you personally. So he really don't know what, like, you could have said that.
Come on.
And then been ready to really, you know, go to fisticuffs.
And it's kind of like a situation where you trying to name the familiar, you know, people, like the mutuals that y'all have. Like, I wouldn't disrespect these people. I wouldn't disrespect. He naming like 3-4 people, thinking like, oh yeah, you know, if I throw these names out there, then that's going to show that I came on their behalf. When really that can flip against you as well. Talib can look at you and be like, I don't know. I know them. I don't know you. Yeah. Just because you know them doesn't mean that I'm supposed to act a certain way because you know them. Again, especially I know them, not you. Type of
discourse, right?
Exactly. If we've already had words back and forth on the internet, then don't come to me in person at my show and talk to me about that. That's what I'm thinking. That response would have been in my head. Is if I go to this man and I say something.
But what more was Datin was supposed to do?
I feel as though you should have just left the internet. If you want to leave, if you want to address it, and y'all already addressing it on the internet actively, why go to a show and say, let's talk in person? You could have did that from the jump. You could have immediately jumped to that, but you instead took the latter route, which was, I'm going to go the internet way. I'm going to set my phone up, set my camera up, type these comments, whatever I got to do to defend my name on the internet. I'm going to do that. If you were trying to have a conversation to so-called squash or dead things, you should have did that in another way. It's a way to, it's DMs, it's the open active comment section where everybody publicly can see where you're trying to, okay, let's squash this, let's kill this, let's dead this. Like, I don't want to go back and forth with you. I support you too much. I mess with you, I rocks with you, whatever. Let's not do that. Just don't put this dirt on my name, because if that's your point, if that's your overall point, then just say that. Get straight to it. Hey, you kind of putting dirt on my name. I don't like that. You putting stuff on me that ain't true. Just leave it at that. Nothing you're saying is true. None of this is true at all. All caps. You can put that in one short sentence without having to say
I mean, but
anything around it.
Because we're in an age where, you know, just the way people can perceive you, bro. I mean, it matters to business deals. It matters to future relationships, like especially with Talib being who he is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way he could speak about him really could, you know, affect something for him. But not only in that sense, you know, he has a following, and ones that are, like I said, in so many words, indoctrinated to him. So with that being the case, like, I mean, he had to defend himself in somewhat. I get what you're saying. None of this is true, and that's a very positive response. But in this social media era, when people are calling you out, for lack of a better term, after the noise gets loud enough, I mean, you have to go back. I mean, this is the way that Drake was baited into going in a back and forth with Kendrick. You know, Kendrick laid the seeds back when he did Control, but this is, and then, you know, he had the cipher. He was laying the seeds, but this is how Drake got baited. This is how Jay-Z came out of retirement, got baited by Drake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the final straw. So you can't, if it's people of this stature, and I don't know what everybody's going to say, oh, we're Christian rappers, you know, we shouldn't worry about that. We should be different, set apart, blah, blah, blah. But when the noise gets loud enough, bro, it can bring out anybody. We've seen this. We've seen this.
Especially when you feel like people playing with your name. I can see that. I can get that. Like, you feel like the disrespect is kind of went too far.
If it was the racist comments that really struck that chord with him because of what he's been around, what he's been through, what he's came from. I mean, everybody knows that's a baited term. So I don't see that as the reason why. I'm telling you, it was the failed rapper comments. That one, like you said, the energy really switched up at the end. The failed rapper comments really was the ones that set it off. Whether he felt like the disrespect towards CHH was too loud, and there's been a lot going on with this CHH, you know, internally within itself, you know, with different artists not agreeing and people dropping diss records and calling it love and, you know, different things. Different things like that, and people having a real discourse, which I think is good for the community. It really gets the community involved as a whole. Everybody's having discussions and giving their spin and their takes on these things. But, you know, that I think led to this that we're seeing now. Like, people are feeling like they have to defend. I mean, they did this back when we're talking 90s Christian hip hop and 80s Christian hip, like, they still had to defend it. Maybe they had to defend it to the church, but they still had to carry that cross and really be like, hey, like, we in the same hoods as y'all. We had the same upbringings as y'all did. You know, we just chose to rap about hope rather than to rap about, you know, being stuck or you know, tied to the old way. So there was something in me that changed. And at that point, I felt the urge to, you know, really speak about this in the only art form that I know how, or in the art form that I found beauty in. So again, this is something that has happened as old as time. And it's always like, you know, when you in school and everybody watching, something happened, boom. What's your first thought? Who saw it? That's your first thought. You looking around to see if it's worth it in that sense. Once you see, and then it ain't even about how many, right? Because it could be a bunch of people that ain't really. It could be a bunch of people that ain't really about nothing. You know, they ain't gonna talk like they not, their opinion doesn't matter as much. But there are certain people that sit in that room with you, or certain people that's on that bus with you, or certain people that walk to the park with you. Now it's like, oh, all right, I gotta kind of. I can't let this look, because if I go back to school
for real,
and this has happened,
man,
they'll never let me live it down.
Never. I might as well switch schools now.
I might as well switch schools, bro. Like, for real. So with that being said, we are talking about dating. And I mean, enough people see it, bro. You just got to be like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised. I won't say I'm surprised, but he didn't even mention the fact that he's a battle rapper.
Man,
So
he don't have to.
I'm just saying. I mean, battle rapper
Yeah.
out of New York, like that's your real credibility as well. People that know, you're supposed to name drop people that you done battle with, and people that you done almost signed a record deal with this person. Like that's really that's what you really supposed to do. Like if you try not to have nobody play with your name, like that's really what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like fact check yourself. Like you said, I'm saying I know these people and whoop whoop. But that ain't my red. Now you need to fact check
bro.
me, bro.
You can't, bro. You can't, cause that's, bro. My head fell off because even my hat knew that was cat, because that's like you about to get into a fight, and you know how many niggas I knocked out? I knocked out this nigga over here. I knocked out little Terry. I knocked out James. I knocked out JJ. Last week I knocked out little Fred. Oh, people gonna be looking at you like, is you gonna fight or is you gonna stand there and talk about your accolades?
What the freak?
Bro, real quick, folks gonna be like, bro, we about to walk off. We ain't finna stand here and watch you sell yourself like a WWE wrestler doing a promo on NXT, trying to make yourself get a spot on the main roster on SmackDown.
Intercontinental champion.
Man,
I've been 24/7 champ.
I done won every belt. I done won all of them. Bro, I work with people like that stand there and sit there and name all their accolades. That ain't even real. For real. It's not even really real. Man. It's all a facade. But
that is
I'm not gonna take you serious. Bro. You sitting there telling me like, man, I'm you know who I am? I'm a battle rapper. Yeah. I done battle rap this person, that person. Like, what are we doing? Selling a card?
All right, that's too all right. I was just saying, like, if you really gonna give them like,
that's when you promote a battle rap, an actual like battle, like an actual like event, like press conference style.
Yeah.
But I get it though. I get it. I understand it. If you have some accomplishments, hey, why not throw them around? That's like you saying, you know who we interviewed? We interviewed Lecrae. We interviewed Kel Mitchell.
And that's
we interviewed everybody.
And that's probably why I'm acting like that, because I done had to say that a couple times.
Stop playing with me,
bro. I'm not lying. When we remade the channel, bro, people used to try to come for our heads, like they really acted like they didn't know who he was. And this was, some of the newer fans or whatever, bro. But yeah, I had to I really had to I don't know, bro. You get sensitive about your shit, bro.
No, I get it. I mean,
and ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Like at the end of the day, I'm not waiting around for nobody to stamp me, bro. I get that that's what people, that's a street code or whatever. Like I'm stamped. Even little OJ can vouch for me. Like, like I get it. Like there are people within this space that really can't vouch for me and vouch for us and vouch for, what we've created and who we were and who we are still to this day. But nigga, like I'm not gonna let you disrespect me, and you gonna know that I mean we carry weight, you know what I mean? Like we really, you know what I'm saying, we really do this. So when it comes to like I said, I'm not gonna wait on nobody, bro. I don't need track stars to speak for me. It'll be dope. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, it would be dope if they just randomly was like, blue whoop, Rapzilla, I don't need them to speak for us. Like, even like Proper Excel, big shouts out to them, and they're a big, huge page at this point. Like, we don't need them to vouch for us. Like,
man,
we love it though. Like, we love the love and all of that. Don't get it twisted. We'll never reject it. But I'll say it myself. Like, I'll over and over again.
Put some respect on my name.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all three of y'all. Like,
man, I ain't gonna say it no more. So I could have pulled up to you by myself. I could have came and find you where you at, but I want to come talk to your face like a man.
Bro, I could have touched you. I could have been touched you.
You could have been touched.
See?
A couple times. Not even just one time, a couple times.
This is what I'm talking about, bro.
Man, for real.
So yeah, in that instance, I really believe that that's what kind of got him to going off about the, everything. He made good points in the beginning and had good reasons for what he said. But that failed rapper one, bro started shaking in the camera. Like that was Like that's
Bro, that's when them sentences got real ran on.
yeah,
I
that's
respect your
when
pen, but come on now. I'm a
yeah,
failed rapper because I
yeah,
speak about Christ.
yeah, bro. And I get it though, bro. I get it, bro. You know how it was, bro. You in school and they be like, yeah, church boy. You know
Nah,
what I'm
bro.
saying? Like,
But but like I really want to know what Talib said for him to say that. Did he say that? Did he call him a church boy? In other
no,
words,
no.
like,
I don't know. I'm just saying,
because I'm saying, like,
you
did he
know
put
that's
Christian rapper in front of it, or did he
bro.
say
Let
like
me see,
failed rapper? Did he
let
say
me see,
failed
bro.
Christian rapper or failed
Let me
rapper?
see,
Because
bro.
I think that makes a difference in words, because words matter. Like, you can't just say, you know, it's a difference. Or
Bro, let me see. Does he even
because,
have
like
the
I said,
interview up?
even with the Jacquees thing, when you said earlier that you feel as though that Jacquees was saying, Lecrae is a church boy, I feel like he brought that up as to say, you know, he's a gospel artist, like he should take the higher road, like he should be better than that.
But why, bro? That's my point, bro. But why? Like, I get you saying he should take the you're saying that he
Because
should.
it's easy to say that about Christian. It's easy to say
Yeah,
that
I
about anybody
know. That's
religious.
bro. That's like the
That's the
so
cop out. That's the
cliche. Yeah,
easiest.
bro. That's just so cliche to be like, well, I mean, he's the Christian. He, and you leave it at that. You leave it at that to just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, he shouldn't be talking back, bro. Like that is the most manipulative term that there ever was created.
It's
Like,
just like how people looking at his baby mama and they're saying like, oh, she should have been with somebody better. That's Deion Sanders' daughter. It's the same way. It's the same thing. It's like people look at your lifestyle and what comes with you, and they think that you should be living up to those standards to say, if I was in that situation, I would be living like this. I wouldn't even be able to say nothing about nobody because if I'm a Christian or if I'm Deion Sanders' daughter
yeah,
or if I'm Jacquees, it's different. It's different positions that people play in those roles that
yeah.
regular everyday people can look at them and say, if I was that person, I wouldn't act like that. I would act better than that. You would expect them to act better. You would expect them to carry themselves better.
But
So
I'm
I
just
feel like
saying,
that's
like
what that
that.
means.
I mean, I believe you. I just feel like that, like you said, that's that cop out. That's
Yeah,
that.
it's a cop out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that whole
Mm-hmm.
situation where you just kind of like, you know, like, oh yeah, see, I don't have nothing else to say. So yeah, see, he's a gospel rapper.
And he really broke.
Mm.
And he broke. I got way more money than him.
Bro, 4PF?
And he don't need to
4PF?
be, yeah, he don't need to date nobody, really. You don't need to date him.
Yeah, right.
That's when it turns into all of that.
You need
Like,
to
yeah.
date yourself. Date
Yeah, that
yourself.
nah, it's specifically not even him. It's not even that. It's about him
Ah,
directly who I'm talking about. He broke. He don't
yeah.
get no women.
He
I get
don't
way
get
more women than
he
him.
don't get no money.
He don't got no money. His house small.
He
He ain't got
can't
no.
dress.
I got way more cars than him. I got way more deals than him. I dress better than him. Yeah, he taller than me, but still, I'm shorter than him. So what are we talking about? Bro, I'm way more humble than you, bro. I'm lower to the ground. So that means technically I'm like more humble, bro.
Technically.
Like God made me short because he knew
Dang,
I was supposed to
bro.
be humble, bro, and low to the ground, bro. Like,
Man.
don't you supposed to be humble as a gospel artist?
Nah,
That's what all that
man, but
means.
what are they oh man, it sucks, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe he looks
Mm-hmm.
at this as a chance, you can also take these moments and be a martyr for the gospel, or be a martyr for Christian hip hop, and really stand on it. It could be some pride in that as well. Not saying that Datin was prideful, but you could
Mm-hmm.
take it as a prideful thing to be like, yeah, oh, this is that moment. Yeah, I'm gonna be the one. Since Lecrae don't want to say, anything about, Christian hip hop, and since these other people don't really want to say anything about it, I've been waiting on this moment. What they always be like, man, if I was on that interview and they asked me that, I would have took that chance to say da 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 da. And
Exactly.
you're coping and you're trying.
What you didn't tell him, brother, is Luke verse chapter 2, verse 13 says, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what them comments
yeah,
usually look like.
yeah,
So yeah, I know what you mean. You're right.
yeah.
They'll
So
do a
I mean,
freestyle.
exactly, exactly.
Dayton versus Talib response freestyle.
So here's my right. Hey, he rap over a Talib Kweli beat. Cause
Man,
that's how it
I
be.
remember it was 3 o'clock. I turned on that interview. Didn't know how to feel. What I
Oh
would do if I was you.
man. So what would you say? Over under
Mm-hmm.
one response track. Over under one diss track.
Over under.
Yeah, so that means if you go over one, that means we're gonna get two. If you go under one, we get none. But you can't say just one. So you don't think we get any? Talib don't go and say what he got to say.
Nah,
He don't go to SoundCloud. People are reposting the SoundCloud, bro.
The reason I think that is because Datin is making it. I like, mind you, we haven't seen any Talib clips because the way I'm going off Datin's side, we're watching that clip we just saw.
That's true. That's true.
And so I feel like the way Datin was describing the clips and the responses from Talib's end, I feel like he was talking like he was a drunk uncle that would just like, he was like, "Come on, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? You looking crazy out here." Like, to say that about somebody, like, it kind of implies like you don't even have your stuff together to even really compete with me, or to, you know, even try that. You know, you're probably retired. A lot of people look at an artist like Talib and they probably feel like he retired because he's more so media and a media personality more than he is an artist. He's not a full-time artist at this point anymore in his career. So I just feel like Talib wouldn't say anything, and Datin would more so be responding as he's been in this whole entire situation. Because I feel like it's clear that Datin is coming from a responding. He's playing defense. He's not playing offense. He's just responding. He's not like initiating contact and drama and beef. He's just defending his own name. So in that regard, I don't see him writing a diss first or anything. So it would have to be Talib writing the diss and then Datin responding. And yeah, Talib won't. He was not going to do that.
He ain't. Okay. I'm just saying, bro. If the noise get loud enough.
That would be crazy.
I gave you examples, bro. Jay-Z came out of retirement, bro.
I would be shocked. But Jay-Z has had to endure attacks for years from the same artist, and it just kept getting out of hand to the point to where even his kids were getting disrespected. So that was a whole different type of situation, especially from someone that he was close to some of these artists. You know, he was close to Kanye West. So that's a different situation. Talib and Datin have never even probably met personally.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I said, he knew somebody that he knew, and that, you know, they probably haven't.
That's not enough.
Yeah, you're right. They probably haven't met in person. But I say all of this to say, you mean to tell me, Jacquees, that you ain't never heard of LeGrand?
He has now.